Welcome and thank you for joining us today. We're going to look at the model 3250 osmometer and the OsmoTECH XT single sample micro osmometer. You may be familiar with both of these instruments. Today we'll look at the user interface and how it's been improved for smoother and more efficient operation. Let's talk about operating the model 3250 osmometer. First, we have to look at it requires 250 microliters sample, which may not be available for many of the new formulations today. Next, you have to understand that you have to pipette that 250 microliters into the sample cup, and if you have viscous or high concentration samples, this could be very difficult to do. You also have to have your heat transfer fluid, which needs to be replaced on a regular basis, or this instrument will not operate properly. And finally, you have a very limited user interface here with a single line display. You can see the menu items on the side here. You have your stop and start button. Once you're in any of the menus, you use these arrow keys to toggle between the menu items, and this can be cumbersome and inefficient to work with. Now let's take a look at the user interface of the OsmoTECH XT instrument. You have a large color touchscreen display here. You have a built-in barcode scanner down here below. Now let's talk about how easy it is to run a test. What you need to do is take the sampler here. You need to put a sample tip on there. Pipette 20 microliter sample. Introduce it to the cradle. You then take the entire cradle and slide it into the instrument, and this starts the test. The way I have this instrument set up is to require both user IDs and sample IDs, so I'm inputting my user ID and my sample ID. And then once the test is completed, you will see the result here in the display. Now that we've seen the results finished on the display, let's talk about some of the other functionality you have here on your touchscreen display. You can see who's logged in here up in the left-hand corner, and it'll tell you whether it's its supervisor, operator, or administrator logged in. You have the capability to name the instrument, so if you have multiple instruments in a laboratory, you can give individual names to them. You also have the sample ID button here, which allows you to add the sample ID anywhere in the test cycle up to where it initiates the freeze buzz. You also have the range selector. The instrument has a 0 to 4,000 milliosmol range divided into two ranges, 0 to 1,500 and 1,500 to 4,000. You can easily toggle between that by hitting the button, and it moves back and forth between the two ranges very simply. This shows you how easy it is to use the OsmoTECH XT in any of your bioprocessing workflows. I hope you found this presentation insightful, and thank you for joining us today.